Hey Vulcans, this is Zach, and today we're talking about Transformers 5, The Last Night official trailer. Now, that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. I actually love this trailer. I'm actually going to see this movie. Now, I absolutely love this trailer. And although I don't really like Michael Bay, not as a person, but some of his movies he's been doing, mostly the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he should have stayed away from that. I like his first Transformers film. I liked his. Which one was it? I kind of liked the second one. Um, I loved the third one. Uh, and Age of Extinction, I completely fallen in love with. And now Transformers 5. Oh my god. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. I'm completely crazy. I mean, we it's taking place in medieval times during the World War One with the Nazis, and then Mark Warburg, Marky Mark's character comes back, blowing her hair and stuff, and then we get the Marine guy from the three other films coming back. So it's like they're combining universes or combining stories and stuff. And I caught this. I caught this. I am excited because I saw this because I've been crying about this. I've been saying why is he not in here? Why is he not in here? Why is he not in here? I want him in here. I want him in here. We get a glimpse of Ultron. Oh my god! He was eating a planet. Okay, he was eating a freaking planet, and then we we hear Anthony Hopkins. Love him since The Wolfman, The Right, and other multiple movies he's been in, and I was like, oh my god, no, Artemis, he's dead. He's floating in space, and we don't know if he made it. We don't know what's going on, and he's all frozen and stuff. And of course, for those who don't understand why he was frozen, if you saw the first Iron Man film, he was in Mark One. He was flying straight up to test the temperature, the test out the suit, and the suit started freezing over and stuff, and icing, pretty much icing over. And that's pretty much what happens when you go further away from um, the ground, and you keep on going up and up and up and up towards the atmosphere. The air gets cold, gets you get less air. I mean oxygen, and temperature ends up getting cold. I'm not really into this. I'm not really good at this type of stuff, but ends up getting colder and colder and colder. There's every time you reach a certain, keep on reaching height, and so he's in space. So pretty much he froze over in space. So pretty much he did not make it going over to the creators of the Autobots and Decepticons. Now we um we end up, and then all of a sudden we see Optimus Prime. So I'm like, okay, he's not dead. Good. Optimus Prime is not dead because Optimus Prime is one of my favorite characters, and I'll get to you guys about that after this. And then all of a sudden a girl says, "Oh my god!" And then Bumblebee is just charging at the Optimus, and he just grabs him and he just rock slams him, and all of a sudden we hear that awesome Optimus Prime voice. He goes, "I am sorry," and then Blade comes up, and Marky Mark is like, "No!" I think he kills Bumblebee. I really do. I really think he kills Bumblebee. Um, does Ultron? My other theory is, does Ultron find him and end up, bringing him back into bringing him back to life, and then end up brainwashing him, sort of way, kind of like in the '80s cartoon animation film of Transformers. What happened to Megatron? He was beaten. He was pretty much dead, and he was floating in space, and Ultron ended up getting him and regenerating him, giving him more power, and so on and so forth. And more war happens, and then I think it was Hot Rod who ends up getting the Matrix and ends up being the next Prime. Okay, so that's what we get is Transformers: The Last Night. I am looking forward for this movie. I will actually go see this in IMAX. Not 3D, not in regular, but in IMAX. Because I'm the type of guy that wants to go see my movies in IMAX. I prefer Mad Max because I like to feel like I'm right there in the middle of the movie. Okay. The reason that's... With all that said, the reason why I love Optimus Prime, which I have not stated why I love Optimus Prime, the fact that I love Optimus Prime was when I was about 3 years old. My mom was a single mom. We were living in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I ended up liking certain superheroes when I was a kid, a little boy, and it wasn't like, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be so on and so forth. We all know the routine, right? With me, this is where the start of the nerd, the geek, was born. I said to my mom, I want to be Wolverine when I grow up. I want to be Optimus Prime when I grow up. I want to be Batman when I grow up. I want to be Superman when I grow up. Those are my 4 favorite characters. Although my favorite characters expanded. But, that was just the birth of my nerdness, my geekiness, everything. And that's what happened. So yeah, I love Optimus Prime. And I actually enjoy the Transformers franchises. Although some of Michael Bay's work is, especially the second one, is a little bit redonkulous, but I have to say it's one of my I like the story. I don't like what happened with it though, but there were some parts that shouldn't have been in there, like the Autobot twins. They shouldn't have been in there. It was just hectic, but some of the action was pretty cool, and I actually loved it. My most favorite fight in the second one was when Optimus Prime was fighting Decepticons by himself in the forest, and he was beating he was kicking their butt for a while, and all of a sudden they start kicking his butt, and all of a sudden he's like, "You're gonna have to." Yeah, I forget the quote, but all of a sudden it went, and all of a sudden you get the sword and 2 swords out, and he starts ripping them apart. He's flipping around their backs, and he's making them hit them and all this other stuff. He's beating the tar out of Megatron at the same time, and all of a sudden at the end, Megatron kills him because he was looking for Sam. I really don't like Sam. I liked him in the first one, and the third one, but not so much the second one. I mean, it's but yeah, I'm actually looking really forward for this movie. This movie of 2017, it's actually what I am looking for, not the 2017 The Mummy. No sir, you can quote me on that, Tyrone Magnus. I am not going to go see this movie. The Mummy. I'm not going to go see The Mummy, but I will be watching Transformers: The Last Night, and I will be sitting there loud and proud, and I would be happy. You know why? Because I'm going to see my homeboy back, kicking butt like he always does. Optimus Prime, just kicking butt and taking names. That's what Optimus Prime does, because he is the leader of the Autobots. Autobots, roll out! Alright, nerds. Nerds are on top of the food chain. Peace, love.